Are you looking for a snack with clean ingredients, 12 grams of protein, and high fiber? I love True Bar's glazed donut and chocolate chip flavors. And they even have fun new flavors and kid-friendly options. Grab yours now and get 15% off your next purchase with code JackieZook. Treat your body, fuel your day. And I will put the link in the comments. Welcome to Next On Scene, the human behind the brand. I'm Jaclyn Zukerman Delory, award-winning publicist, mom, and media visionary. I believe visibility isn't just about being seen, it's about being of service. Each week, we are going to uncover real stories behind success, the breakthroughs, the heartbreaks, and the moments that made you who you are. Because the truth is, the more we allow ourselves to be human, the more powerful our impact becomes. This is where visibility meets legacy. This is Next On Scene. Nicole Estaphan is an Emmy Award-winning journalist, producer, and documentary storyteller at WCVB Boston's Chronicle, recognized for translating complex issues into compelling human-driven stories. Stay tuned for Nicole. So today we're turning the tables with the amazing Nicole Estaphan. Nicole, how did you get into journalism? Like, how did this all come about?
Oh, wow. You know, it's something that I always wanted to do, even growing up. I can remember watching the news and just being fascinated. I'm sure like so many other people, it was sit-down television back then, right? There were only a couple newscasts. But I wasn't really brave enough to follow that. I didn't know anyone who was in it. It seemed like something that was untouchable, if you will. So I went to school for communications and I got a job in radio, but on the business side of things. And then my mom actually I was living in California at the time. My mom got sick, she had cancer. And I moved home and that was a turning point for me that I thought maybe I should really kind of follow what I want to do in life. And that was it. So I went to Emerson, went to journalism school, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and you've done stuff in Atlanta, Vermont, like you've bumped around a lot. What's been your favorite place you think to cover news?
Favorite city to cover news? I mean, they're all so different. And I won't say that anyone has been my favorite, but in Atlanta, I saw a lot of growth for myself. It was the first time I was in a really big market, far away from home. It was a different culture than I was used to growing up, right? I grew up in New England. I worked in a lot of New England markets. And I think that was the one place where I really started to grow fully as a journalist.
Would you say it's slower paced there, or is it about the same?
Well, it does take you 40 minutes to buy a carton of milk because everyone wants to talk to you and know your life story. It's beautiful. Everyone's friendly as can be. But the news is just as fast-paced.
Mm-hmm. So now so to be visible, we also have to lead with vulnerability. And that's what you do for a living with people. So can we talk about your connection to the American Heart Association?
Yes. So an interesting thing about life is I think we all think we have a certain amount of control over our own story until we don't, right? Most of us will be faced with a moment or a loved one that changes that course. And I've always sat with people and asked them to be vulnerable. And I love that part of life, but I was never really called upon to do that, right? So a different dynamic. I was diagnosed with premature coronary artery disease, which is incredibly rare for a woman at my age at the time I was diagnosed. And the outlook isn't really that positive. So I found myself struggling myself. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? And that's when I got involved with the American Heart Association. We had done little things at work, Women's Heart Month, Women's Heart Health, but this really, brought it home for me. And so every year I host their gala. And I have to say, standing on that stage, I feel out of place because the people I'm looking at, the fact that they have chosen that devotion to be involved in the medical field, to do cutting edge research for the #1 killer of men and women across the world, it's like, how lucky are we? How lucky are we that that's their path? Because someday they might be actually holding my heart in their hand or saving the life of someone you love. So I feel honored to be there, but I also feel sometimes completely humbled. Like, why am I here? But I think that's so true about what we all do in life. If you're given a platform and you're given a stage, it's your responsibility to make something of it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's so full circle for you because what you do for a living is investigative reporting, making complicated stories more simplified. Like, didn't you feel that was so full circle too? Like,
it definitely full circle. And also I had even more of an appreciation of the people that we interview. because it's a really tough place to be, to share your story, particularly when there's fear behind it. So yeah.
Really inspiring. Okay, I want to talk about Nava, your love, because we love dogs.
The love of my life. The love of my life has 4 legs and is furry as can be. Yes,
she's so cute. I want to talk about like day in the life of Nicole, because every day is different. So like walk us through.
Yeah. So day in the life is usually starts with hot mess from my partner. That's what we label every day, but it's actually a beautiful hot mess. So I get up, I take my dog out, we do all that, and then it's just get up and go. We're always in a different part of New England. I could be 3 hours away for a shoot and then back at night. So it's just never the same, which is what I was really drawn to in this career. I thrive in chaos. That is where I
do have to agree. I really think you do.
I know I do. Stability scares me, and it's not my strong point. But like a little bit of chaos, that's where I go.
I love this. So what advice, like obviously people have seen, if you haven't seen Nicole on Chronicle, you need to watch all her amazing segments. But like what advice do you have? Like how do you make really complex stories like so simplified and digestible? Like I was thinking the other day when I watched that show of the woman who could only eat 2 foods, I was like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I think what people, as you touched upon vulnerability, I think what people connect with is, what is it like for you, right? What are the emotions that you felt going through this, rather than this is the medical process of what her body is doing, which is interesting to a portion, people, particularly in the medical field. And you get to touch upon that to explain a little bit of what it is, but it's really that vulnerability you speak of. And, just connecting as humans, we are all so much the same, even though we feel so far apart, particularly in today's world. There are things that all of us crave: love, acceptance, safe places to be. And I think those are what really lead for all of us, no matter what we're going through in life. So it's just the touchstone of connection, really.
I love that. And okay, I have game time.
Okay. Is this like a rapid fire?
Yes, exactly what we're doing.
I am not good at this, but we will.
No, we're gonna have fun.
Can we change our? Can we do? No, I'm kidding. now everyone I interviewed always says, "Can I change my answer?"
No, you can't change your answers.
That's true. That's what I say.
Oh, I actually do want to ask this one question before we even go into rapid fire. So, what was the first Emmy you ever got, and what was it for?
Let's see. So the first Emmy I ever received, and thankfully it was really a huge team effort, was on a peace rally that they had held in Boston Common. It was a really divisive time, and people really came out to speak their heart and rally for the values that they wanted. And it was intense. There were a lot of people there. There were a lot of debates within that group. And I was just so proud of my team, because in those situations, we are truly observers. Even though we clearly live life and have our own emotions and our own opinions, we really had to stand back and accept what both sides were telling us and just share that with our viewers. Meaning, like, maybe if we can understand where a person is coming from. Like, there's a saying that I love, that if you knew somebody, if you knew their story, there's not a person that you wouldn't like, right? Because you have to go back a little further and think, why are they having these opinions? Why is this their path? And that's what that story was all about. And I'm just so proud of my team. There were 7 of us, and it was just a really beautiful day and a beautiful story.
I love that. Congrats to you, girl. I'm proud. I'm a proud friend. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, so coffee or tea while editing?
Oh, coffee.
I love this one.
And too much.
Favorite New England town to explore on a Sunday?
Newport.
Great one. Most underrated moment in journalism?
Underrated moment in journalism. Wow, I'd have to say recently, when a lot of the staff walked out of the Pentagon, when they were told that they could only report certain things. I mean, I don't think that's just the only moment, but that's the most recent I can think of journalists really risking their jobs, for the industry.
Dream documentary topic you haven't touched yet?
Oh, more ocean science.
Oh,
I love ocean. I love science. More. I want to go in a submarine and do a documentary about all the life that is undiscovered. And all the creatures that live under, because that's really outer space, right? The under the water.
I read something today that octopuses have emotions. Yeah, maybe we were supposed to talk about this today.
Yeah, and they're like They're like bitter little creatures.
Really?
They hold grudges and they'll throw like things at fish they don't like. I love them.
Wait, so we have to back up so people who don't know, like your connection to the ocean. Like tell them what you also do.
So again, I just want to say this, like if anyone is on a path to anywhere, it takes a while, but you start to look back and realize that the closed doors were blessings. Like everything you didn't get was exactly what led to the open doors, right? And that's what happened with this ocean science. I had left my job in Atlanta and I just was not finding luck finding another position. And a friend of mine had reached out, said, can you meet me on the dock in Woods Hole? I went down. There's some NASA scientists. They were going out for a month at sea. I didn't know any of these people. But, you know, I told the guy that I didn't think their presentation was that good. You know, sometimes you got to like skirt the nice and be honest with people. It's NASA. It was like a piece of cardboard. And he's like, you know, I don't like this either. Would you like to come out with us? And that's it. That's how it happened. And then I went out to sea for a month, and then I went for another month, and we did some great work together. So
cool.
You know what I love about that? They love what they do. It's like this devotion I spoke about earlier. If everyone on this planet was doing what they loved, the world would be a beautiful place. Everyone would be thriving. But not everyone has the opportunity. So.
So I'm so inspired today, by the way. Thank you. Okay, pottery. What are you making these days?
Pottery. Okay, so I'm still working on dishes. I'm very bad at dishes. They're a little wobbly, so then I pretend that they were supposed to be that way. But you know what I'm really good at actually is candlesticks.
Cool. I'm learning all these fun facts.
I have to get you one.
I would love one, truly. Okay, world traveler. Where's the place you've never been that you want to go?
I want to go to, wait, I say it all the time now. Oh, New Zealand. That's number one on my bucket list.
You've never been there? I feel like you've been to Europe.
I've never been. Well, New Zealand's like,
okay.
Way far.
It's more near Australia. Yeah.
It's past Australia. So I'm going to go New Zealand, and on the way home, go to Bora Bora, get a little tan, and then come home.
I love this for you.
You need a month to do that. So.
Okay, fair. Okay, now we're going to go into rapid fire. Breaking news or long-form storytelling?
Both.
If you had to pick one, what would you pick?
Well, I have to say long form because I work for Chronicle.
Fair. I was going to say that probably. Okay, city assignment or a coastal New England feature?
Coastal New England feature.
I think that's on brand for you. Early morning shoot or late night edit?
Early morning shoot.
Notebook and pen or digital notes?
Oh, notebook and pen.
Me too. I'm a writer. I like that. What is this one? Oh, a serious investigative piece or a heartwarming human story?
Heartwarming human story.
Oh, here we go. Last one. Dog walk brainstorm or quiet studio focus?
Dog walk brainstorm.
I think those are the best ones.
Oh, yeah. And the shower, too.
Yes.
Like, best
so
stories.
Good. You're just the most relaxed, right?
Every Emmy was written in the shower or in the woods. That's it.
So good. Okay, you are amazing. Thank you for joining us today. How can people follow you on Instagram? All the things.
Yeah. How can they follow me on Instagram?
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny. I don't even know my handle. I think it's at N Estaphan. So at Nestaphan. I don't know.
Just Nicole Estaphan on Instagram. You will find her. That's all we need to know. And thank you so much again for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you everyone for tuning in to Next on Scene, the human behind the brand. And stay tuned for who's next on Scene. Are you looking for a snack with clean ingredients, 12 grams of protein, and high fiber? I love True Bar's glazed donut and chocolate chip flavors. And they even have fun new flavors and kid-friendly options. Grab yours now and get 15% off your next purchase with code JACKYZOOK. Treat your body, fuel your day. And I will put the link in the comments. I'm here to give you your red carpet moment. So follow us on all our podcast channels, on any stream from iHeartRadio, Spotify. If you just type in Next on Scene, the human behind the brand, or you can also follow us on all our social media channels at Next on Scene. I can't wait for you to come on this journey with us. Your say is very impactful as an audience member. So come along for the ride and we are gonna all evolve together. And we can't wait for you to see who's next on Scene.